Hello, good morning, guys. Good morning. Sorry for the delay. Technical issue here. Right. So, mic is on. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hello, good morning. Disclaimer, guys. Forex carry high level of risk. You could lose all your investment if you don't trade wisely and limit your risk. Um, let's start with the stock. You can see S&P 500, 24 hour, last 24 hours looking like, yeah, about 30% down, up a little bit, not much, but really looking down. You can see here. Um, China, I'm gonna look China. How's China doing? Okay, so like not sure, but S&P 500 already made a new low last night, and that's worrying for this morning. Let's see how US will behave, whether or not it will start to make a bottom and a double bottom or something like that, or isolate or consolidate until we get another move back up. Let's look to forex currency itself. The weakest one is pound, which is very disappointing. Pound USD, it was really down here, as you can see, 28, coming back down to the lows again to maybe test it. But we'll see today. I'm still in the trade, but it does look like a bearish momentum going on. So regardless, my positions looks like pound want to go lower. We'll watch out for that. Um, the funding currency for stock, it's actually up. We got New Zealand is coming back up, Aussie and Euro. The reason euro is up as well because of pound down, euro is up. So we see that yen is coming back down, which is indicating that could be risk on momentum just for pullback. Just remember, it's pullback only. So far we see dollar USD is up, crude oil is still down, almost 2%. Gold 50-50. So gold is not going to make any new highs. It was going down with the stock. It's going up with the stock. So there is no any correlation, negative correlation or positive correlation with gold and stock at the moment. Bitcoin come back down to 8,077. It went actually lower than that and come back up again. So Bitcoin is going down as I talked about. Uh, and here, let's see. We're gonna go anyway. We're gonna go have a look on the chart itself later on. I wanted to show you something else here. Chart. No, never mind about this for now. Get back to the news. 10:30, you have some UK news. Pound news at 10:30. There's no really going to be big mover. Maybe just can hold the pound if it's a little bit some talk because since yesterday we were talking about the Brexit and the deal and what UK want and what Europe want and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think it's bound just will just sideways at these levels. It's not going to go anywhere. There is no any good player until we see what's happened from there. Because there's a lot of talk about Brexit. We're still in Brexit situation. Other than that, today all medium news at 3 p.m. London time, US news. 1:30 obviously is every time. 1:30 is going to be some news as well. So there's no any high impact news today at all, which is just all medium and low impact. So market is not going to really move. Today is Thursday, and we have one more day for the week to be over. So I don't think we're going to see any major move until next week. So probably the stock is going to just hold these levels until we see further move down. Right. So start with bound uh, indexes. See bound come back up here, test this level, and we just started descending down. So what was my expectation is to hold here yesterday and we come back up, try to break it high, but what happened is we actually went the other way around, which is indicating that bound break that low, we below the moving average, and we going down for these lows here. So watch out for bound. Actually, we come back to retest these lows. Looks that way. We'll come back retest and maybe we consolidate back up, come back up again here. So for me, I could short it until we'll come back down here, and I long it again when it come back up here. I short it again when it come back up down up here again. So basically, it's a range situation, range trade strategy. You could use this. Euro, we see that euro is coming down this channel, break out of the channel, tested at this day, and we keep going up since then. Because I believe dollar index is going down, and euro USD will be going back up because euro I think is holding the majority of dollar index flow, money flow, because euro, then after that pound come after it, so on and so forth. So when you see euro going up, we see pound going down. So that's a good trade. And I think euro pound went so much down, so time for it to return to hold the ground, or whatever. We will have a look at it later on. Later on. Uh, as I talked about yesterday here at this triangle situation, we broke up higher, and I talked about guys it's gonna go back down here. Looks like it's actually coming back. So probably we come back down below the moving average and we test the lows. We'll see how it goes this area. So watch out for this area, this level here, and the following level. Then after that, probably the next one. Yen, as I talked about yesterday, is kind of rotating, and we kind of break out below here and come back quickly with no second leg. But I think that's the top of it. I think we're gonna come back again for another leg before we actually try to break these highs. So it looks like stock is gonna do some pullback today. So my expectation is yen will be weaker, and after that, probably from next week, we will see some back momentum up. Or over the weekend, anything can happen. Coronavirus can do any damage over the weekend, and we can see uh, yen coming back up. But let's see today because stock went down and come back up. So we'll see. We'll see. New Zealand is strong, as we talked about it. Is strong. So we see one leg here, second leg, and that's the third one. Third push down. Probably we broke the previous day high. That's indicating that we actually coming back up to test this level. So watch out for New Zealand to be strong a little bit. And I talked about yesterday as well. There was a trend line in the previous few days, a lot of days back then, and I think we touch it now, and probably we coming back up to retest these highs. First thing first, we need to break this low. If we close this gap, probably we'll continue back up to finish this range. Probably after that, we could range a little bit here. We'll see what coming days look like. New Zealand didn't go down as I talked about yesterday, and it actually back higher. So my expectation is it will back come down today. Probably we're gonna be a wick if it will be false breakout failure. Probably will come back down here to these lows because if the stock is will try to go up today for a pullback, not like reversal, but only pullback. So I expect all the safe haven currencies it will give back some of the gain of they had a few days, last a few days. Aussie, one leg two, probably that's the third leg down. Two tops, I talked about it. From a breakout is a nice momentum down, which it indeed worked out with pound and euro, and went down all the way down with brick. Look like we're coming back retest this breakout. See how far we can go today. I guess it's just a pullback. My suggestion is going to be only pullback to this level, and probably from Monday, probably see another leg down, and maybe we'll continue back up, or Friday, we'll see. CAD we broke here as I expected as well. It's coming back down to this level now. Hopefully, it's going to break lower to these lows. Do another leg. We are 50% around this candle. We're almost close to the 50% of the main move. Coming back down to 50%. From there, we'll see whether or not you want to continue or actually break lower. So could just do one more day, wake up, then maybe Friday we'll do just one green here. Then from the following week, we will see another momentum coming back down quick. So the only thing, because I only trade pound, guys, just to be aware, I'm only trading pound in the currency market against all of them. Only pound has to be my main driver. So far pound is weak at the moment, but I don't want to short it because I believe pound is still wanted to go up. It is only the talk and just pound. I kind of isolated from the rest of the pairs because they're all reacting to the market, stock market, but pound just kind of like doing its own thing, and it's doing the Brexit talk and it affected a little bit. So we broke this wick down here now, and I think maybe we can go lower to this low here at this indecision candle. So probably we're gonna do another low here, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, then probably we'll pull back up for second leg. So could be doing this and continue back down if you want to. Right. Not much of you today here. I'm not sure if because I'm late or sorry about that, guys. Okay, S&P 500. Right. So what happened is we opened with a gap yesterday after market close at 5 Eastern time last night and 10 p.m. London time. We closed 11 at 11 p.m. London p.m. Night time, and we opened with a gap. We closed the gap and we come back down strong. We broke the zone, the buy zone, which is I put it here in play for quite a while now. And I cleaned the chart a little bit here up there. I removed all the lines unnecessary. Now we only focus where we are now. So already put that before the market close, and looks like we tested and we went down right away. We did like 40 point, which is not bad. Now we kind of holding here now. We saw a wick. This is wick looking stronger. Rejection of this area. Probably we see a pullback to this one. I'm looking for a second leg here. If you see that already in market, we just do this like that so we can see. So that's the first area of pullback. I'm looking for a second one. Probably is going to be around this level, this wick, or higher like this one. So probably around here. Going to see some pullback. Then after that, we will see some second leg. If the market really wanted to do another push down, then we will see breakout of it, come back, retest it, and we go for it. Other than that, probably if coronavirus found some cure, reduce cases, or just put on hold, slow down of the death and cases, probably we'll see some pullback and try to break this, come back down with second leg, then maybe we'll come back up higher. Waiting for the second leg anyway to short it more for another 50% at least from the pullback will be my take profit at this level. Uh, Gold. Sorry, guys, let me give you. Here you go. So what happened in gold on the day when we have this drop, big drop? Gold actually was dropping too. I talked about that before. There is all the investor kind of they're cashing out their money to the original currency. Could be dollar, could be anything, Aussie, New Zealand. They're cashing out their currencies, yen, but no one actually put much money on gold because gold it was on very nice high area, which is less attractive to buy here. So that not much people buying gold now because it's gonna isolate here. It's kind of triangling, so it's gonna basically isolate here. Is following the range down, bound up and come back down. And now we kind of like maybe we're gonna close here today, and maybe the Friday will drop more, will break out because I'm looking for a pullback down to this area, then probably another pullback here, and we'll drop lower. I don't see any point of buying gold or any asset at the moment. Risk on or risk off situation. Probably is going to be risk off for a while. I think the first quarter of 2020 already risk off and we moved to really huge. So I don't know about the rest of the year how it's going to be. If we're going to control this coronavirus, we're going to find a cure in the next few months, then maybe we can see some bounce back to the highs again. And gold probably is going to go down a little bit. But gold already reached a good target. Ultimately in a bigger time frame. Let me just get you this. Okay, so if we look at a bigger time frame here, which is this high coming back down and this again, that's a monthly. We went all the way down. We kind of isolated here. The breakout start accelerating up sideways here, then start to come back up. So break out of this range, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months range, half a year almost, the whole thing. Then after that, we'll break higher, months too. So we've been 2 months up momentum. The last time we did this, 2 months, 1 month, 2, 3. Then after that, after the breakout, 1 month, 2, probably gonna suffer another month similar to this month. So we are here We reached this target and we closed this one. So we kind of like we went down, come back up of this move more than 50%. So my expectation is we're gonna see probably in the next few months another move down 50% of this move. Let me just get this cleared. So this move up, but we're gonna see another 50% here to retest these levels. Okay, so I can't tell you that you have to plan for it, but you need to monitor the situation from far away. So monthly view telling you where we are on the big map. So yeah, it's we closed the gap here is fine. We went all the way up and we kind of like topped up here. So I think this month it can close green. It's fine, but probably the next month we'll see a pullback trying to go to the opening of this month. So that's my expectation. Below 1600, probably we're gonna go lower. Uh, there you go. So you can see that the momentum is up, but we give up here. Momentum kind of like lose steam. Then the following day, we have a red day. We broke the low of that day. All these guys just pull back. They just kind of like trying to exit their position, the long positions here. Every time come up here, buyer they sell their position back and they push the currency down, the gold down. So I like to see gold break below the red day. If so, we're gonna continue another red day. Probably gonna be a big red day all the way down to these levels below the 1600. Let's see if the bears wanna take the control of the bulls. So far, the bulls take control for a while now. I think time for cashing out and bears to take some a little bit of the market. Crude oil. If you follow me for a few days now, I'm gonna start analyzing the oil for you guys. I said this is very interesting pattern, 50% uh, dodgy, like kind of like rejection price, two tops, and come back down strongly. I talked about it since this day, I believe. Then after that, the space, the big gap here because of the stock risk off, and we can accelerate in all the way down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days bears days, so we still going. Okay, so how to calculate this? Where the next movie could be from this breakout? We will start to see how much it went down. Then the pullback is 50% as I expected. From there, breakout, we will see the same momentum, the same range. It was going to be down here. So I was talking about 45, then probably 42. So we could isolate it a little bit, then we'll break a little bit low one leg and we'll come back up. But that's the measure move big investor they're looking for. They wait here, they wait after the breakout, they start loading it from any pullback. Any small back, they will start loading it back short. So far, we broke the previous low, so that's a good indication that oil actually going lower. We went up here, come back down. The following day start showing some bulls in the play. Then they took it up 50%. Bears take advantage of the momentum to push it lower. Very simple. Uh, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin almost touched my target here. I mean, like almost, but not didn't touch it really. But I think we're gonna go because that's where the gap is here between this high and this low now. So probably we're gonna close here today. Like there's no strong momentum to say it's gonna reverse, guys. There's no strong momentum at all. If you look at the previous candle, you're gonna see the previous candle is really big, and this one candle just a hold in the opening, the closing of the previous candle. They're trying to push it high, but I don't think it will. I think we'll close here today only, and probably we're gonna continue back down lower to these lows. We're gonna break that 8,400. So we're not far from it, but I think we're gonna break it. If we do, we're gonna have one more leg down, red candle today, for example, then probably going to see some pullback to it. Then from that pullback, probably we'll see some more momentum going down. So basically, we moved up, we're coming back down 50% of this move. So just to be clear, moved up here. That's a whole push up. Now we're coming back. We're looking for 50% of this move itself, which is around this level. So that low is going to be the probably support. Then for more push back up, if everything goes as planned, then yes, okay, we can take it back up. But so far looks like we're coming back down we test the 50% first. If buyer waiting here and 50% to buy again, as they did here, then we will see it back up. We'll see some evidence of it. Other than that, just keep going down. Dollar index, as you expected here, guys, is going down. 1, 2, 3 days red, one pullback. Go one more, two, probably 3 days, another pullback. Then after probably gonna see one, two more before we reach this area. So that's the first pullback. Then as soon as we get some pullback here, didn't even close the gap. Then we went for more further down. So my expectation is we keep going, but remember 50% it will mirror Euro USD. We hit the 50% now, so let's see how's the day gonna close today. Is gonna hold that level. Probably the next day is gonna go down from there or not. For me, I would like to short it when I see in a low time frame evidence of slowing down or so what we did here on a 5 minute time frame, we topped up here. We had the bears start jumping in the market sideways. They're fighting over. Then after that, they pushed back up. I have a wick, a second push up, and we look like we're gonna go from here. I like to see that breakout 5 minute, then take it up to 15. Then we're gonna see that 15 minutes start collapse down, two tops, and we're looking to come back down to this area. We can isolate here. Let's see how we're gonna go today. It's 50%. Is very interesting level to short from, and I'm sure everyone who's here took the profit around here. Then now they're waiting to come to 50%. So as soon as they start taking that profit, that's why the momentum is up, because when you're a seller, you become a buyer, and the market will count you as a buyer, and that's why they add you with the buyers, and that's why the momentum is up. So when we come to 50%, it's not exact 50% by the book, but it's going to be play here a little bit probably, and we'll drop down on the low time frame. On the big time frame, we're going to see a wick, another test, probably the following day, then we'll start to lose momentum, just like oil. Just like oil, you can see oil here, as I told you, 50% waiting for it, and it hit the 50%, and we'll see how go the following day, break the previous low, then we keep going since. So your play is to wait for euro to show momentum coming back down. The next day, probably gonna test it, and we'll start to close red day. Then in the low time frame, you will see more better to start to shorten it. Okay, we're coming back down here strong. Only one day. Let me just let me delete all of those. It's too cool. Now waiting for the 50% retesting. It didn't happen, so we have only one day pullback. The following day we broke the low of it, and we keep going. We broke the previous momentum down. I think it can hold here, since we talked about 50% of this move. If I remove this away, okay, hold on a second. Okay, so where we are now, we're at the 50% of this move itself. Pushed up, come back down, break higher, come back down, retest this 50%. See whether or not it's going to hold it. If the bulls want to really take it more back up, we will see some momentum. It's going to be a fight up to the 50% of this push down. It's going to see whether or not bulls want to take it higher or not passing. We're going to see momentum coming back down. So my expectation is come back here, do another leg, and we'll continue back down. So watch out for that. It's going to be the 50% of this move down. We already hit the 50% of this big move up. We will see another 50% probably to push you down. We'll watch out for it. Looks like it's going to hold here. Yen is strong. If the stock start to show some pullback, we will see the chain reaction on all the rest of the currencies and stocks itself. So if stock want to do pullback today, we will see this coming back up because of yen getting weaker. And dollar, everyone require a dollar to buy the stock basically. So that's why. Pound USD. So pound got two factors here. First of all, it's the Brexit talk start heating up and all stuff. and second one is go dollar is a little bit strong and pushing pound down. However, we're still inside that range, which is that's why I'm still on the trade. My stop loss around there. I'm far away from it. I'm targeting the highs. If you're managing your trade correctly, you're not gonna be worried about it. So I'm okay. It was here. I was in profit for all of it, but now it went to me against me a little bit, but that's fine. We're kind of like a sideways. As soon as it come back up again, probably gonna close some positions for safety. Excuse me. So for my risk off, for myself, risk off of pound a little bit because maybe we can see some momentum going back down. So the next time will give me a chance to exit, I will be exiting it. I will take it with no hesitation because I wanted to clear this. Start. It's a bull wages, bull trap. It's not a bull trap. Sorry, it's a bull setup. So no, long term, I will break higher. So that's why I see what's happening here now. I could hold to it, but when it come back up here, I will just take advantage of the situation. I close in profit, then maybe I could short it, then I will buy again and short it and buy again until we break higher. That's it. I don't have to wait for the create to be created as the condition. The condition in play already. You can see the previously here we're ranging. We started tight in the range. So probably we're gonna back up again here, then we'll go down again, probably back up next time, do that, and continue back up to break out of this consolidation. So that's my play. At the same time, we can see Euro Pound is kind of pushing back up. We have a V situation. I talked to that. I told you guys break out of this level. Probably Pound giving away some pips. Euro strong, and Euro coming to a 50%. So watch out for this level. Probably gonna see some pullback first before we accelerate up. If we will accelerate up. Overall, we are below this highs. We're going nowhere. There's no interest at all for me or any big investor or player to buy this pair until we break somewhere here. We close above it, then probably we'll start to see a bull trend. Other than that, it's just plain sideways, do double bottom, just indicating that it can go up. So far, you can start buying and selling here, buying and selling here. Here, you don't sell yet until we see confirmation. If you want to come back down for a second leg, then we take it up. Other than that, it's just not confirmed yet. So we see this trend line here broke above it. We see this trend line here we broke above it. So we kind of break out of the range. Let's just see confirmation by retesting it and we'll start to push back up. Then yeah, okay, we were talking about this level. We will watch out for the breakout. Then we'll start to think about buying. Other than that, I wouldn't short it or long it for now. Let it do its own thing until it come to me and convince me that I want to trade it. Pound yen. Yen was strong, pound was weak. So we can see that kind of like holding here. We broke higher this range. Overall, the big range here, that's the big range. We still I'll talk to you about it, guys. I exit my long positions here. I could have shorted, but I didn't want to short it for a reason of pound strength. Could break out this time because it's keep isolating here. Up, down, up, down. Probably it's gonna do up again, down again. Just kind of sideways here in a bigger range than the previous small range here. It was very tight channel range and break out of it, come back here, do a bigger range. So when it break out, it will break really big. I'm not sure if it's gonna be down or up, but they look even. Bulls and bears, they look even. So we'll see. We'll see in the next few days what happen. So here we kind of like the two factor on bound CAD itself. Sorry, bound Aussie, which topped up here high profit taken. You can see it on that candle. Profit taken very clear. The following day, the rest of the profit taken out. Probably up to this level. Then after that, they start to shorten it. They start to loading it. The two factor bound is weakness. Bound weakness is showing since yesterday. It was strong the day before. So yesterday and today look weaker. So that's one factor. The second one is stock started showing some pullback since last night. However, it's not confirmed yet. We have to wait for US session to open. So we can see that actually wanted to pull back up, then give some momentum to Aussie and New Zealand to go back up. So there are two factors here to tell you to short this pair. We are quite too late to the day. We already moved strong down here momentum. I reckon that you start to trade it from next week. We will see some confirmation. I like to see some pullback to this 50% of this candle, then being rejected, then I will be able to short this pair all the way down to these levels at least. So that's the 50%. We tested once before of this move. The 50% will come back up to test the highs. We fail to break it. Probably do another leg and probably will break it. So there's a two ways you can see it as well. This is range here. This is, I'm not sure why every time I delete this, it come back up again. It's so strange. Anyway, uh, okay, there's a trend line here. Okay, just to be clear, that's a trend line. I wouldn't really short it hard. Could be up to this level here. 50% of this push up, come back down, test the trend line, probably go push higher. Well, I think we're gonna push higher anyway, but because you can see the momentum is up, we keep going. We just broke it by a few, and we will get take profit here, then probably just straight profit taken. We'll just see that trend line, how much is going to hold. If you break that trend line, is not relevant, then we'll just kind of like start calculating again the 50% here uh, of this push up, come back, retest it, and you see the momentum back up again of the 50%. We will probably going to retest that 50% again. Could be double bottom here. Coming back down here, retest it, and we were strong. We'll take it up. You need to monitor pound situation, if it's strong or weak, and monitor the stock. That's the two things to do to trade this pair itself. Other than that, there's nothing else will affect it by these two: pound strength and stock pullback or risk off or on. Okay, since anyway, risk will risk on very well, but it will still keep pushing up. If you remember, the risk was on, and Aussie is supposed to be going up, but we'll do all-time highs and everything. But the pound Aussie is up all the time. It's supposed to go down, but it didn't really go down strong. But yeah, so watch out for the stock and bounce strength and Aussie news, interest rate, and all the stuff they're doing overnight that will move the market. Okay, bound New Zealand, same play, is behaving or reacting as Aussie, similar to Aussie. Um, we did a new high, we're coming back down. We just for failure, looks like failure for me. The highs here, we just tested, but we fail breakout. We're coming back, we're playing this side, probably gonna have another leg, and we'll start to push down if the New Zealand wanted to show momentum back up. As I told you in the index itself, it was showing momentum to go back up again because we touch a very interesting level trend line. So I think we will go down to this 50% of this move first test. We have one here, but that was not confirmed by this high. So we'll recalculate everything again. 50% of this move down here probably will come back up again later on if New Zealand want to go down again later. CAD, well, CAD show a little bit of he was going down, then after that it started to come back up now. We are about 50% of this push up rejection, this rejection trend line. We are 50%. CAD is weak. Bound is weak. Don't expect this one to show anything yet, but we holding the 50% firmly here. So I think we will come back up to break these highs. I will be challenges highs in the future. And next week, we have a few days. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 days bulls. All say 3 days green and 2 days pullback. We still have one more day tomorrow. We'll see how it's gonna do. So I dropped something. Sorry. How it's gonna do, and probably we're gonna come back up. So we holding 50%. That's the main thing. I'm long here and here, and I could take profit the last few days, but I didn't. I expected to go up more, and my stop loss just around here. Uh, that's it, guys. Yeah, Euro New Zealand. If you're trading it, I don't really do it much unless I'm out of trade ideas. I just go to euro, see how it's doing. So basically, we come back up here, we broke these highs, and we kind of trending. So what we have here, high, high lows, and high, high, high lows, high, high. Probably high lows is gonna come to play. Probably 50% of this move coming back down, come back up. Here I said that it's gonna retest this one. Sorry, I I suppose kind of retest the 50%. Sorry, not the 50%, the trend line. Well, what happened is New Zealand's getting really, really weak, and we had only one bullback day, one red bullback and all green. That's showing that the momentum is quite strong on this pair itself. It's gonna come back up all the way up again here. It's kind of like buy low, sell high stock mentality. So that's where it is now. So kind of like okay, come to this low, show some stalling, then start to do momentum back up. We are about more than 50% of this drop down. So let's see. I think we're gonna show some 50% down here, then we'll come back up again if New Zealand want to be weaker. But however, I think New Zealand will show some momentum up again, so I think we will go down from here to retest 50%. Okay, I don't see much of you here today. If you first time here, guys, please subscribe, leave a comment and like, and ask me questions. Okay. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be early more than today. Got a lot to do. And you guys have a beautiful day. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.